Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Tuesday. This is the second day of June. Let's get right into the charts again. Subscribe to the newsletter. I did a class last Thursday, and I will be doing one probably once a month, so look out for that. Let's get right into the charts. We're very quiet markets the last 2 days. We have the same dynamic here with the weekend gaps, especially in oil. In fact, looking at oil as we speak, it is edging higher. We have a gap to fill from a couple of Sundays ago. In fact, this is the gap around 96.72. Yesterday, we traded right up to these highs and pulled back. So as of this moment, you've got two potential plays here. You've got the first gap to 96.72 that could be a short. And you've got the gap from Friday here as well. This Friday to Sunday gap. These are all Sunday gaps, by the way. Back down to 88. Long-term chart, if you look at the long-term chart of oil, you're basically in the middle of the range here. I would say the range now is 86 on the downside and 105 on the upside. So there is that potential that we go and try this high up here at some point. And I would just kind of say right now, 100, obviously, this 97 gap, if you traverse that, you're probably going to get to 105 there. With regards to the averages, lots of stuff going on below the surface with AI stocks, semiconductors again rallying, NVIDIA actually pulling back pretty sharply today from the highs. They had a little run on that. Software stocks are getting hit today. So we got more of that rotation going on as well. We did exit our ServiceNow position last Friday. We left some money on the table. We're almost right back to where we were. Also, LNG, some of our members got long LNG. Look at that. That was at around 125. It's sitting at almost 140 today. So that was a stock we put out on Friday this last Friday. If you can look at the S&P, you can see we're basically tapped right on the highs of 62, 32, 25, and just kind of drifting along here. Not much happening today. Again, likely we probably make another new high. We're consolidating essentially. The key levels, if we were to break, let's say this, let's call it 32.97 and a quarter level or ish. I mean, obviously these are not precise because it's lots of whippy action around here, lots of spiky kind of pivots. But let's call it, I don't know, let's call it 32.87, 75, for all intent and purposes. These obviously are, again, just not precise numbers here, but kind of roughly, you can see there's some support here. If we, obviously, if we clear that to the downside, at some point, we're going to fill that gap left a couple Sundays ago. No doubt about it. But the question is from what levels and when. Obviously, if we knew that. Rest of the indexes. Now, one market that I am focusing on with my group is Bitcoin. And interestingly enough, Bitcoin really selling off hard today. Looks like, it's trying to hold this little tiny gap. Not a big deal. I think 65, if we break 65K, 65,500 actually, there is a good chance we're going to test this 60K-ish, 6,200 level again. The selling is really intense today. On the other hand, sentiment is getting really bad on crypto. There's a huge outflow of crypto-related ETFs and so forth. So we could be in the process of maybe getting a bounce here There's, Strategy, Coinbase, all these other stocks related to that as well. So that's a market I've definitely been focused on. We're focusing on that here at TTS. Pretty much everything else, not really much to talk about. I think oil's still kind of driving. AI and oil really are the two main drivers. Rates just kind of sitting here. Dollar similar, just churning right at that 99 level. If we do get more escalation, I think we probably rally the dollar up to 100. Also wrote over the weekend about gold. That seems interesting here. If it can break out above 46.20, I think gold is due for some kind of a move here. We'll have to see. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. I generally give you some ideas uh, in the newsletter. Similarly, you've got silver kind of treading water here. Copper, incidentally, did make a new high, or it is right at the highs. And typically, what happens with copper is it makes a new high and pulls back. So we'll see if, in fact, that is going to happen once again on copper. Other than that, again, a lot of the same stuff. Below the surface, again, that's where the action is. You're seeing Nvidia, hit a high of 231, is all the way back down to 222. Some of these AI stocks, some of these software names, ServiceNow hit a high of 139. It's back to 120. It actually made a low of 124. This is about where we got out on Friday. And LNG, that's the big stock today. Again, we some of our not we didn't all get filled on these because the options are kind of thin, but some my members did get filled down in here 225 on LNG, which is a kind of an oil gas related stock, and so on and so forth. So some opportunities coming up, especially in the crypto space, I think, and some of these other areas. We got some earnings. Not Marvell, I'm sorry, Avago, I believe, is reporting. I believe it's tomorrow after the close. Let's take a look at. Yep. So that's going to be a big one. And then we have some of these cyber names also reporting, Palo Alto this afternoon. So those could move the market. In any event, again, go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you Friday. Take care.